I think there was hope, like when, like maybe like 1992 or three, when we toured with Iron Maiden. Um, seeing them doing it, and they were probably like 10, 12 years older than me. So I was like, or seeing Dio going on tour with Black Sabbath and seeing those guys jamming, and they're in their 60s and still playing heavy. That's cool. So I always think like I could do this for a while. There's so many songs that I wish we could play. Um, there's 5 different people, and everybody's got a different view, and so you really have, with the band, you really, to get the song portrayed and come across right, everybody's got to be into it. So it's kind of hard to, for me, I would just pick the more obscure songs, more brutal, and then Alex would pick more of the easier songs to play, or like the title tracks. So it's kind of hard to pick, definitely. Everything we've done in our career, just trying to put it all into one, taking all the best things that the crowd responds to, and all the things that we like about what we've done, from the Legacy all the way up to the Gathering, and just putting into one, going, yeah, this really worked, this didn't work, and then just trying to, not really analyze it, but that's another, when we do analyze it, that's what we think of. But a lot of the stuff for me that I write, it just comes from my heart. I'm just a metalhead jumping around. I still jump around in front of the mirror. Got to do that. Not only was it a new record from Testament since the Gathering, but it also was a comeback with Alex and Greg, and it was more like the original lineup again. So I think at some point we didn't really like throw all our cards down. We kind of just were like, well, I don't want to get too crazy. We got to still sound like, we were thinking like it's got to be like Practice, but it's got to sound modern like the Gathering. So there's a little bit of a mixture like that. I think that one paved the way and kind of set up this new one. This new one is more closer to like the Gathering, more darker, and kind of like what we're really about. So difference-wise, they're both good records. I don't know. I mean, what I've heard from fans that have come up to us and talked about the records, and I think they're happy. Yeah, I mean, they're as happy as I would have wished they would be, so it's pretty cool. Well, Dark Roots of Earth, actually we had I came up with the title before anything was written, even music, I think. So that kind of we actually had the album cover before the music was written. Usually we do it after, and we kind of vibe off the songs and kind of try to picture something. This time we actually had like a visual to trip on and look at and go, wow, like what would that record sound like looking at it. We've always talked about prophecies or philosophies of the past and stuff like that. I think this record is more talking about experiences or things that are more relevant to things that have actually happened in our world, like lately, not just like talking about Nostradamus or something like that. It's more like kind of what's going on right now. Whenever I'm pushed against the wall, this my man's world won't tell me. You see old fans, and then you see like their kids, or some places it's just like all kids, and you're like, whoa. And then some places it's all old people. Not old people, but people that are over 40. So yeah, it's really diverse. Where our band is weird. It's pretty trippy. If you go see a newer band, it's all kids. Or if you go, to like a, I don't want to name any bands, but, it seems with more hardcore bands like Slayer or Exodus or Testament or Anthrax, you're going to see a lot of diverse people. Probably because the music just, reaches big audience, I think. Or something like that. It's 25 years into it, so I don't think there's any question of like it's not going to die tomorrow. I mean, there's just a lot of fans. It's like any kind of genre. I think, like for me, when I got into Led Zeppelin, they already had done what they had done, but then I just, there's these fans that just seems like every 10 or 15 years, there's a kid right now that's in 5th grade that's going to discover us when he's in high school. He's going to decide that he likes heavy metal, and it's going to be all new to him. That's pretty cool. So it always comes around,
My name